A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Today I'd like to give a gentle reminder of women's rights in Islam. We live in an age of Islamophobia, and the media loves to demonize Islam wherever the opportunity arises, and the topic of women is a favorite. The media focuses on women through a cultural lens and labels offensive practices as being Islamic, when it has nothing to do with Islam. The rights of women in Islam are actually very progressive. It is important to know the toxic impact cultures can have on women's rights, whether these cultures be Eastern or Western. With Islam came an era where women were recognized as important, valued and respected members of society. Let us see how this was achieved through Islam ahead of its time. Number 1. As a daughter. The Prophet ﷺ said, "He who raises 2 daughters until maturity will be with me in paradise," and this is according to Sahih Muslim. What an honour! Such thinking came from Islam in 6th century Arabia, and was even more progressive as it was a time when baby girls were frowned upon and even buried alive. Islam promptly put a stop to this horrendous practice. As a wife, the Quran states, husbands should take good care of their wives. Surah Nisa, Ayah 34. Allah has opened this ayah by explaining what a husband needs to be doing for his wife first and foremost, and that is taking care of her. When a man marries a woman, he takes her from her father and promises to take care of her well. He needs to be taking care of her, not be an authoritarian, as most cultures seem to confuse it with. There is no mention of male privilege or superiority here or anywhere else in the Quran. In certain cultures, people live in extended family situations where the wife is asked to move in with the rest of her husband's family. This works for some couples but not others. The point is, this is not Islam, so not compulsory, although it is often enforced as such. A wife is entitled to her own private place of dwelling according to Islam. Upon marriage, although we should love and respect each other's families, inasmuch as we do any other Muslims, the in-laws themselves actually have no rights on the woman and should not harbour expectations of the wife. Sadly, in some cultures still, the wife is expected to cook, clean and serve everyone in the household like a maid. Commonly, the mother-in-law may have issues with her son's wife. However, she does not have a right to oppress his wife. If this happens, the husband should, using gentleness, explain to his mother that if she has issues, she can take them up with him, but not his wife. Finally, both husband and wife have responsibilities towards their own parents respectively. Once a woman marries, her duties and rights remain to her parents and do not stop just because she is married. I would like to mention here an important note, that no one Muslim can use his or her rights to take the rights of another Muslim, and so everyone's rights should be honoured. 3. As a mother. The honour Islam gives to a mother is far beyond that of any other culture to date. It recognises the struggles a woman goes through in labour, birth and child-rearing. It recognises the role of a mother and offers the highest of rewards. Paradise lies at the feet of your mother, according to Sahih Muslim. Breastfeeding in Islam is encouraged, and again, a mother who is nursing is seen in high esteem and should be well looked after by her spouse. Islam was very forward-thinking with regards to the rights of a nursing mother. It proposed that the father provides moral support and encouragement, that the father must provide the means to feed and clothe the nursing mother, and if the nursing mother cannot breastfeed, then the father needs to provide an alternative. Finally, the breastfeeding mother should really be compensated for her breastfeeding in kind. 4. Women and education. The first words of the Quran revealed to the Prophet ﷺ were, "Read in the name of your Lord who created." Surah Alaq, Ayah 1. Thus, pursuit of knowledge is strongly recommended for men and women alike. So seeking an education is a right of our daughters. Aisha radiallahu an, a wife of the Prophet ﷺ, was a great scholar of the Deen. 5. Women and finances. Inheritance prior to Islam was only something that men were entitled to, and in fact women were often seen as an extension of property to be inherited. Islam gave women a share of inheritance. Although her share is smaller than that of the man's, hers is for her alone, whereas a man's share of inheritance is to be distributed amongst his family members. Furthermore, even if a woman is very wealthy, her wealth is hers alone. If she chooses to share her wealth for the sake of Allah, then that is up to her. There is no compulsion, however. That responsibility rests upon the shoulders of the man, and in his case is compulsory.